Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to Around the Town with Mark. I am Mark Whalen, your host, and you know that we're always glad to have you tune in and visit with us. Well, this coming Saturday, July 15th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., there is Art on Groton Bank. Art on Groton Bank is a wonderful outdoor art festival on the beautiful grounds of the historic Bill Memorial Library at 240 Monument Street, way up there by the Griswold Monument. Wonderful, wonderful event. Well, my guest today is one of our favorite repeat vendors. She has a wonderful product and will be showing you all kinds of goodies from Noank Nibbles. So allow me to introduce my guest to you, Elisa Coppleman from Noank Nibbles.
Hello.
Hello and welcome to Around the Town with Mark.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, we're delighted to have you here. So please introduce yourself to my viewers and tell us a little bit about what Noank Nibbles is, and then we can talk about some of the beautiful things and yummy looking things that we have in front of us.
Wonderful, thank you. Basically, Noank Nibbles started 4 years ago at the Noank Farmers Market. It was the first time the community got together and decided to hold a market. I had developed a lavender tea called Livy's Lavender Tea about 5 years prior due to the fact that my youngest daughter couldn't sleep. And at the time she was 5, and I took her to the famous Dr. Ferber, who pretty much after studying her said that perhaps medication would be the answer because he could not figure out why.
Okay.
So I was opposed to medication with a young child, and I did some research like Lorenzo's oil. And for about 6 months, I was the mad scientist. Oh. I read a lot. I researched everywhere I could to find out what could induce sleep in a young child that's healthy. And I found that if you ingest lavender product, heated, it immediately soothes the system. Oh. So I perfected my recipe of lavender tea, which is lavender, a measurement of hibiscus and dried lemon peel, because I wanted to make it tasteful for her. And we had tea time, as we do in my home every night, about 8:30 when the kids were little. I have 2 girls. And I gave Rachel the lavender tea, named Livy after my other daughter. And within an hour, she was fast asleep with a crayon in her hand.
Oh, really?
And I couldn't believe it. I knew that I had something here.
Yep.
So I started mentioning it to friends, and people would say at parties, "How's Rachel?" Everyone knew my problem with her, although Rachel was fine, not sleeping. And I said, "I developed this tea, you have to try it here." And I started giving it out like Johnny Appleseed. And sure enough, I was suggested that I approach Whole Foods in Massachusetts. So I approached the New England regional office of Whole Foods, and they gave me a shot. And they told me that I could get into several Whole Foods stores. Locally, I live in the Metro West area in Massachusetts. I had to meet certain guidelines. They want certification. All my products are organic. So it took a while to meet their guidelines. I had to purchase barcodes. I didn't know anything about getting a product into a retail market.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I loved what I did, and I believed in what I did. I also asked if I could do demonstrations at Whole Foods because I believe boots on the ground. I want to know what you think about it. It's one thing to have a product on a shelf where it can sit, but I know no one can sell it like myself. And I would do demos almost every other Saturday at the different Whole Foods. From that, several years prior, my husband and I purchased a home in Noank, a little cottage. It's a second home. My main residence is in Massachusetts. And when the farmers market started, I said, well, I could sell my Livy's Lavender Tea. You know, why not? It's a few hours on a Friday night in beautiful Noank. And then I realized I can't just sell tea. I should maybe do something else that's herbal and good and healthy. So I came up with 7 herb and spice blends, basically dried products that I, again, was the mad scientist. My house looked like a spice house. It smelled wonderful, but I had hot pepper in my hair and you name it, paprika all over my face. And I developed these 7 dips.
And those are what we're looking at right here?
These are the Noank Nibbles. Why did I name it Noank Nibbles? Again, I had no idea I was going to do this, was because the week before the farmer's market, the first one, my husband and I love to fish off of Ram Island. And I was going out for a big striper, and I got a nibble. And it came to me. I said, that's the name, Noank Nibble.
It's a great name. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun, and it's also nibbles to eat, but it was really that nibble.
But it's a great play on words, as well as it's got a lot of good things going on for it.
Right, so that already I'm excited. I have the name. I open up the first week, and by the end of the season, it was evident people liked my product. They were coming back. And more importantly, in the off season of Noank, which is particularly summer with all the sailors,
Sure.
I started getting phone calls. They were in Florida, they were in New Jersey, I had one person in Puerto Rico who sailed their boat over and went to the market, wanted some Noank Nibbles.
Really? Good for you.
So then I knew I had something, and we went forward from that. So we can get into Big Y supermarkets and how all that happened. But I basically started from Livy's Lavender Tea to the first market to now we're in year 4. We're in 8 Big Y supermarkets.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
wonderful.
you.
It
Thank
really
you.
is.
And we're growing.
Well, and I know you do, like we just introduced, that you're going to be at Art and Groton Bank on Saturday. And I think this is my 3rd year doing Art and Groton Bank, and I think you've been with us every year.
I have.
Yes.
And I, in all honesty, when I went the first year with you, the attendance was so strong and so wonderful that alone was impressive. And it's not always the best weather every Saturday, you never know. I think that first Saturday was a little rainy, if I remember. But
Drizzly, yeah.
I don't know how many, did you have over 1,000 people that
Yes,
came?
yes.
I think you did.
Huge numbers.
I think you did. And was it the Coast Guard?
The Coast Guard band played, yes.
Right.
Yes,
It was just a beautiful opening, let alone a magnificent site.
Well, thank you.
To be invited
Thank you. It was
to,
great.
and the second year was bigger, and people, from a vendor standpoint, started looking for the vendors they saw the first year.
First year, yeah.
And now the 3rd year that you're so wonderfully hosting again.
Well, thank you for saying all those kind words, because I'm very proud of what has been accomplished at Art and Groton Bank, and not just myself, but our wonderful committee, and who works very hard to make this event really, I like to try a real festival. I mean, we're all about art and artisans and people like yourself, but I wanted to make it a fun festival. So we have live music, and we've got great food, and we have interactive activities of all kinds for all ages. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Plus, people are happy. People are there because they
day.
want to be there.
Yes.
No one's dragging them there. They want to be there. They want to be exposed to who you've brought there, the artists and the vendors, but they're glad to be there. And I do notice a lot of people will go to the library.
Yes.
Isn't there a
Well, the library,
bookstore?
that beautiful library is open, the historic library. It's worth visiting just in itself, and they do have a book sale that day.
Right.
Right. And 2 things to make mention right away before I forget them.
Yeah.
You mentioned the weather. Well, the forecast for this Saturday is fabulous.
Right.
Everybody, great weather. Come out to Art and Groton Bank this Saturday, July 15th. And there's ample free parking all around the event. So there's no excuse not to come to Art and Groton Bank, because there's plenty of parking for all of our visitors. It's just a win-win.
Honestly, as you said, there's no excuse not to. It is
right.
Beautiful setting, phenomenal artists in product. Why wouldn't someone?
And the water taxi. I don't know if you're familiar with, we have a water taxi now that runs from Fort Trumbull in New London and over to the train station in London, and then over to Thames Street on the banks of the river in Groton, right down the hill from Art and Groton Bank.
So people can take the ferry
So they can take a
over?
water taxi and take a boat ride and come over from New London also and visit Art and Groton
How
Bank.
cool
So you
is
can
that?
visit us you can take the train from New London or Boston to New London, take a water taxi. It's a short ride. It doesn't cost very much. And you're at Art and Groton Bank, and all
Well, then
the
you buy the
historic
Noank
sites.
Nibbles and you nibble on the boat.
And you do, because you can take food and drink on the boat.
There you go. You nibble all the way through the.
You Noank nibble all
through the
way.
day.
Yes, you Noank nibble your way around Groton and New London. There
you go. Wonderful. I had no idea that option was available. That's a really
it's
good
terrific.
point.
So it's just another thing that makes Art and Groton Bank so much fun. It's so much different than other shows or art shows around here.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm thrilled to work with you again.
Wow.
And
Thank
more
you.
importantly, I have had customers on my Facebook ask if I was going to be at Art on Groton.
Really, that's
specifically.
wonderful. That's terrific.
So that
That's
makes
nice
me
to
feel good,
know.
and it's good for you to know,
Yeah,
honestly.
it is. Well, let's talk about some of these wonderful goodies that we have in front of us, because I understand that there might be some tasting.
They are.
Lucky me today.
They are. So basically, I have 10 urban spice blends, or dips. I call them dips, but in reality, You can use them as a rub. You can use them as a salad dressing. You don't have to mix it with sour cream. You can put a teaspoon in with Greek yogurt or hummus. I love hummus. I put a dip in this in a teaspoon in everything. My sailor spice, I'll put a pinch in tuna fish. So the basis is that all these blends are tested. People love them, but more importantly, there's no preservatives. They're all organic, and they're made by the Transition Academy of the Groton Public Schools.
Oh, wonderful.
So each bag is hand blended by sometimes up to 9 to 10 students.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it really is a labor of love all the way around. And what I've also introduced this year are 2 desserts as well. So I'm going to show you, I want to let you know how easy it is to make this, because so many people will say, how do I do this? Basically, we'll start with George's garlic oil. So that's your first one over there.
This one right over here, okay.
This is our #1 seller. If you take a tub, right?
What I wish I could share with our viewers is how the table smells so good.
Thank you. And also some of the artwork was done, my labels, by a local artist, Sid Sheffers from the Paper Witch.
Okay.
She is a vendor at the Noank Farmers Market.
Great.
And the other artwork is from my daughter, Rachel, who's in her 5th year at Museum of Fine Arts.
Wow.
So basically,
open
it.
Open it up.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
You put it in a bowl.
Okay. See how easy. All right, here we go.
Add a little water in front of you just to hydrate it.
You tell me how much.
Just about that.
Okay.
There's a spoon there to mix it up a little bit. And what you want to do is get it plumped up so that the garlic can be infused.
All righty.
Then you add, to your liking, I do a 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of olive oil.
Oh,
This
I love olive oil.
Regular olive oil. You don't have to get extra fancy. I do a little more.
A little more? Okay.
Yep. And there you go.
All right.
You mix it up.
See how easy that is, everyone.
1, 2, 3. You can use it as a bread dipper. I brought bread if you were a little hungry, or we can dip later. It's a bread dipper. It's ideal for scampi, chicken,
I'm not waiting.
fish.
I'm gonna,
Go for it.
I'm going to try it right now.
And I will tell you, Big Y Supermarkets, who I partner with, provides the bread for me for every farmer's market. So it really is a community activity. And here you go. You might smell a little garlicky.
Wow.
It's pretty potent.
It's delicious. It's fabulous.
Thank you.
I've got to share this with my crew. I promised my crew behind the scenes, you get to try this too, because it's
And that's
really,
why I left a whole
really
bag of bread, so you can just carve out there. But understand, the herbs and dip blends have no calories whatsoever, so it's what you do to it afterwards.
It's complex. I taste all kinds of
It's a lot of layers. That has 7 ingredients in it. And if you can imagine, each Transition Academy student puts a product in. So one will do parsley, one will do garlic powder, one will add the
How wonderful.
turmeric that we add in. So it really, each pack is just a beautiful collaboration and many layers in one ways. So that's great for chicken and shrimp, a dipper, a salad dressing, fresh vegetables from Whittles or Smith's, wherever you go.
Any kind of bread or anything that you particularly like, bruschetta or any of those
fresh
things.
tomato, a little bit on.
Yeah.
I personally, I do this, I sell hundreds of packs of these. Basically, I tell people keep it on the counter. Just keep it on the counter like you would a bottle of olive oil, and throw it on everything. Take a bath in it, put it on your skin. It doesn't go bad.
And remind our viewers where they can find your products again.
So Big Y Supermarkets currently locally, they're in Mystic, Groton, Old Saybrook, Old Lyme, Guilford, Norwich, and one other one escapes my mind at the moment. Every Friday night at the Noank Farmers Market, I'll be selling tons, and I have tons for Art on Groton Bank. And I do the Mystic Art Festival the 3rd week in August every year. So that's another reason to come out to the area and buy Noank Nibbles.
Well, I have to say, you're always so sweet to me at Art on Groton Bank, because I'm always running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm so busy. I never have time to even think about eating a lunch or anything like that. And you feed me.
I'll say, Mark, come over here.
Come over here. You need to eat. Take a break. You need to eat. And boy,
so that's the garlic. So that's my 1 garlic oil. Again, you can use it as a dressing, but I sell it as George's garlic oil, which is named after my 3-year-old Bernese mountain dog named Georgia May.
How sweet.
So that's her.
Okay.
All right. So I'm now going to show you how to make a dip.
Okay.
Why don't you try the dill?
All right.
Right.
Dingy Dill, what a great name.
I have a lot of nautical names being
I love
around
it.
here.
Oh, I love it. All right.
And as you see, this is an open and closed bag. So you don't have to use the whole product.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Oscars
we
here.
go.
And the envelope says,
Oh,
well, that
yeah.
doesn't. Okay. That will have to
All right. See if I can do this
unseal.
without having it go all over the table.
Okay.
There we go.
You got it? Okay.
Okay.
This one had it open, but that's okay. So you're going to put in just about that much.
Oh,
That's
all
okay.
right. All right.
Spoon.
Spoon.
So this is with sour cream. You can mix it with Greek yogurt. You can mix it with low-fat cottage cheese. You don't need to do it with sour cream. I just do it that way.
Oh, but it smells so good,
It does.
everyone.
And being from Boston and Massachusetts, I only serve it with Cape Cod potato chips, but, and I did bring some. Yep.
I'm going
There you
for
go.
Cape Cod potato chips.
Yeah, you need that, energy for your show.
I got to try that.
The
Everyone.
best. There you go.
All right.
Original Cape Cod potato chips,
Oh, look at this, everyone.
which started in Massachusetts, and hopefully Nibbles can partner with them. Okay.
All right.
And again, the dill can go on fish.
Wow.
And you can alter, again, how strong you want it or not.
Oh, man, this stuff is good,
And you
everybody.
saw how easy it is just to mix it. You can eat it right away.
I'm going to eat the rest of the show, everybody. I'm just going to sit here
Well,
and
he
eat.
needs
Sorry.
it. I've eaten too much, but that's okay. I have to sample all the time. Okay, so that is, you have your appetizer with your bruschetta.
Okay.
You now moved on to your entree of the dill on, let's say, some fresh salmon,
Oh,
or in my case, sea bass that I
how
catch.
wonderful that would be. Yes.
Right? And now we're going to go into desserts.
Oh.
So I have two dessert mixes.
All right.
One is sea salt caramel, and the other is limoncello Ravello, where I went to Ravello, Italy.
right.
We're going to do the sea salt caramel. So basically, you get container of I use sugar-free Cool Whip.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
Open up the pack.
Enough the pack.
I put in about a half a pack. You can get 2 to 3 servings out of this. That's good.
About like that.
All right.
Okay.
Then just add a little water.
All righty.
About a teaspoon. Oh, good. It's a good cooking
Easy.
show here.
It
There it
is.
is.
It is. I
See how
always
easy?
wanted to do a cooking
Mix
show.
it up. Now, you could do a no-bake cheesecake with this and add cream cheese.
Okay.
Put it in a graham cracker shell. I like to serve it with just Cool Whip and
Okay.
fresh fruit and cookies.
All right.
I think I gave you some cookies over there and some, oh, you're going to love this.
Okay.
I got you some brownie bits. Go for that
Oh,
one.
I love brownies. Oh, boy, what a great show. I get to eat
All
through the
right,
show,
and you just,
everybody.
if you can see, it turns this beautiful caramel.
It does. Yes,
color,
I can see that
but it's
beautiful
very
caramel color.
light. It's a light dessert. It's not heavy.
Okay. Here I go, everybody.
Okay.
Oh,
Just enough.
you know what?
It's good for the skin too.
Who needs a brownie?
Oh, we'll wash
it
it
up.
down.
Oh, wow.
And so I serve this with, as I said, fresh fruit or cookies, or those are brownie bits. You can do anything with it. It's just a nice light
It is-
sweetness without feeling overwhelmed.
That's exactly what it is.
It's not cloying.
It's light. It's smooth. It's not overpowering by any means, but yet it just has a nice texture and flavor.
You got it. And the limoncello Ravello, which is here,
Okay.
I believe, is also like that as well. So two desserts.
Yeah. Oh, so this.
Yeah, there's
the
a Dr.
lemonade right up
Is
there.
it up here, the limoncello?
Yeah,
Okay.
right there. Mhm.
There you go.
Yep.
And my artist daughter, Rachel, did the labels
Beautiful,
for these. Okay.
great.
So to wash all this down,
Okay.
all right, we've had the dip,
Yep.
we've had the oil, we've had the dessert.
Okay.
Now you're a little thirsty.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
I hope.
Oh, I am.
So, we're going to show you how to brew the Livy's Lavender Tea.
Okay.
Do you have a tea bag there, or should we grab this one?
I think we need a tea bag.
Can we grab this one here?
Yes.
All right. There you go. So this, if you remember, this is how I started.
Yep.
Livy's Lavender Tea. My daughter Rachel, the artist, did this logo when she was 13 and won the Mayor of Boston's Golden Key Award.
Wow, you've got a lot of talented
So,
people going around in
There
your
you go.
family.
I cook, they draw. I don't know. She did my logo. So basically, when I first started selling this to Whole Foods, it was loose tea. Okay? And after doing demos and hearing what people were saying, many didn't know how to brew loose tea. So I decided I want to make things easier for people. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 to mix.
Everybody can see it. It takes nothing to make these things, and you've got something that let's put it this way, if you want to be a little bit have entertaining and you have people coming, you can pretend that you made this from scratch all by yourself.
Well, all the time. And that's why I do the farmers market on Friday nights. So many people will come into town on Fridays, whether they have a home or they're going boating or they're just visiting as tourists. They want something quick. They don't want to go, they may not have time to go to the market or whatever. They buy this all the time for entertaining.
But your guests are going to think you spend all day in the kitchen cooking this stuff.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay, so I started bagging the tea. So the secret recipe is in a tea bag. It has a drawstring.
Okay.
So this one bag will make 8 cups of lavender tea. But some people will say, I only want 1 serving.
Okay.
So you can simply open up the drawstring and put a teaspoon in or use a tea ball.
Oh, wonderful.
And just do a single serving. So really you get maximum, or if you want little, you can still open and close.
Okay.
The Mystic Marriott Hotel and some hotels that I visited last summer out of the country ask for single-serving tea bags for their guests.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'm also doing some specialty single-serving tea bags.
Oh.
And hopefully we'll get into a local restaurant with the tea. Because not only does it make a tea, but you can add a little something, and it makes a great sangria.
After the show, well, let's talk about. I have an in with a very prestigious restaurant, Mystic, if you'd like to know.
That would be wonderful. I've been holding off to partner with a nice liaison for both combining local food and what I do. So that would be wonderful.
Yeah, we'll talk. I don't want to mention the name on air just in case,
but you'll find us. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you put 8 cups of water in a pot.
Okay.
It boils. You take the tea bag and you simply drop it in.
Easy.
Turn it to simmer. It'll turn this gorgeous color after 10 minutes. You don't want to overboil it.
Okay.
Just 10 minutes.
But still simple.
Let it cool off. I infuse it with, if you don't have these pictures, you should get them, with lemon.
Oh.
So you can put fresh lemon in.
What a neat looking, I've never
Isn't
seen
that cool?
that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
a little
cool.
infuser. But for instance, if you do a fresh fruit sangria, non-alcoholic, you can add some club soda, a spritzer, and put the fresh fruit in. It's wonderful. So after 10 minutes, if you're trying to go to sleep, I sell this as liquid Valium. You simply have 2 cups hot at night.
Okay.
And in about 20 minutes, your whole body will just relax.
Really? Oh, I could
Cold,
use that.
it's just refreshing. Lots of ice cubes, lemon, lime. There you go. Thirst quenching.
It's a spa in a cup.
It's a spa in a cup.
A spa in a cup.
There you go.
Yeah. It
Wow.
tastes like it. It smells like it.
And it's so good for you. Hibiscus is an anti-inflammatory. Lavender is a de-stressor.
You know where I've had this?
Where?
At the Red Door Spa at the Mystic Marriott.
I sold it to them.
They serve this.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
I am branching out into spas.
Yes,
so
they do. I
there you
recognize
go.
it.
Oh my
They
goodness!
serve
I
this
won't
as
ask you
your-
how often you go to the
But
spa.
as you're waiting, for your treatment, I've
Exactly.
had this tea there. Yeah, it's
They
so
purchased it.
refreshing. Oh, that's wonderful.
So again, cold is refreshing, and you can add fruit, lemon, ice. Hot, it just helps you go to sleep, and then you can turn it into a party drink. So basically,
it's so refreshing. You feel it going all the way down.
and again, the students at the Transition Academy bag each one. Whenever you see our bag in Big Y or wherever we sell it, it'll have the story of the students who make it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And they spend 20 hours a week,
Really?
2 hours during the school year every day,
How wonderful.
bagging and making each product. So here you see 1, 2, 3 in a matter of 5 minutes. We did
Yeah.
the garlic oil, the dill dip, the sea salt caramel, and our non-alcoholic
Boy, what
refresher.
I have to have more shows like this.
There
This
you
is
go.
really a treat. It's
And
wonderful.
so that's the story of Noank Nibbles, what we have so far. We're looking to add to our line. I'm doing we're going to call it the C-Bomb. And it's a granola energy bite.
Oh.
Little balls.
Yeah.
We just premiered it at the Noank Farmers Market and we sold out. So we're going to be adding things to the line.
Wonderful.
But all with the idea of healthy, all-natural, good-for-you products. And hopefully all made locally.
And very, very tasty.
Thank you.
Now, I'm sure, in addition to Art and Groton Bank, I'm sure you do a lot of other types of shows similar. Is that so?
So I do yes. I do the Mystic Art Show every year.
Okay.
I do the Noank Farmers Market. In fact, I'm the market manager there on Friday nights. I wear a lot of hats.
Oh, I guess you do.
I don't know. The Transition Academy students are running 1 or 2, we're not sure, farmers markets every Wednesday at the Benny Shopping Plaza.
Okay.
Which occurred, the first one was today. And Thursdays, I believe it's going to be at central office, but we need to get clarification on that.
Okay.
So the students are putting the tent up. We have a beautiful tent that says Groton Public Schools, Noank Nibbles. And the students are there actually selling what they made. It's beautiful. I also am involved with Northeastern University. They contacted me. I went there years ago for criminal law enforcement.
Really?
Go figure.
Go. Wow.
Criminal law enforcement, ended up in the hotel business. That's how I ended up in Mystic.
You've got quite a resume going on
Yes.
here. Yes.
And somehow they found me, and they realized that I was doing farmers markets. I had my own product, and now I'm developing a program with them. So that's my third hat, and some other good things that are going on.
That's a lot of really, really good stuff. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I mean, you've done a tremendous job in developing your product and obviously marketing your product, and it really is so. Everything is just has that wonderful fresh taste that you can tell it's quality, and you can tell that a lot of love has gone into developing and making these products. It's really
That's the word.
fantastic.
I did it out of love of my daughter.
Yeah.
I partnered now with the special education students, which bring out so much love. It's been beautiful for me, my heart. And there you go. It is made with love.
Yeah. And I know I've seen your product actually at the Big Y.
Yep.
And usually you have it like in a single stand type of thing, so it's very easy to find.
Right, and honestly, Big Y has been so wonderful to a local vendor. I mean, they did that display for me. We're working with them to have a more permanent display so
Okay.
that people can find it more regularly in other stores. It's
All
hard
right.
when you're not there managing it.
Sure, of course.
But Big Y has been beyond gratuitous to helping me
Great.
come along.
Great. Well, as we're closing down the show, is there anything that I've forgotten to ask you, or any last-minute words that you'd like to share with my audience about Noank Nibbles?
Our goal is to grow. Ideally, I want our products to be the next Girl Scout cookie. We want to sell these products to schools and to groups. So instead of buying gift wrap for Christmas time, that schools your children may come home and say buy popcorn or that, they can buy Noank Nibbles. It can be shipped anywhere, 2-year shelf life, great price point.
Great. Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing yourself, what you do, Noank Nibbles, and all these wonderful treats. It's been a delicious, delicious show for me, everybody. I'm sorry that you can't smell what I smell and taste what I've been tasting, but you can. You can. You just have to go to Big Y or wherever Noank Nibbles, look it up on their website, and you'll find it. So thank you again for being on my show today.
Thank you.
I want to remind everybody, like I said at the beginning, Art in Groton Bank this Saturday, July 15th. The weather's supposed to be beautiful. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at that beautiful Bill Memorial Library. We're going to have artists and artisans and jewelry and Noank Nibbles and music and food and flag lines and all kinds of fun things. We're going to have authors there signing books. Just a little bit for everyone. Free parking, take the water taxi, take a beautiful walk. The Groton Congregational Church is going to have an open house that day as well, so you can visit that in the neighborhood. So again, come and visit Around the Town with Mark, of course, and Art in Groton Bank this Thursday, the 15th. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to see you Saturday, the 15th, and we're going to see you again on Around the Town with Mark real soon.